Since the inception of Bitcoin in 2009, consumers have grown accustomed to purchasing and possessing digital assets. Cryptocurrency, which is based on the blockchain technology, allows users to own and transfer money via the internet without the use of a third party. Surprisingly, NFTs go beyond this, generating new possibilities based on the uniqueness of digital assistants that provide digital assets that are verifiably unique and unexchangeable, unlike fungible crypto assets like Bitcoin and Ether. To put it differently, NFTs just provide necessary non-fungibility for introducing unique digital and physical assets to the blockchain. An NFT can represent digital art, in-game assets, music, or everything else in the digital world that needs to be validated for its uniqueness, rarity, or ownership status. In exchange for digital currencies, the ownership of an NFT can be transferred without the involvement of third parties. However, potential buyers and sellers must complete this process on a site specifically built for listing, purchasing, and selling NFTs in order for this to happen. NFT marketplaces refer to these platforms. What is Opensea? Opensea is an NFT marketplace that jumped on board early enough to become the preferred destination for both NFT traders and developers. Apart from its first-mover advantage, Opensea's success can be attributed to its open-world concept, which allows anyone to manufacture NFTs for free and buy and trade them on a verifiable blockchain-based infrastructure. Because there are little or no limitations in place to hinder the creative and transactional processes, this open-world architecture has attracted a large number of NFT producers. While some consider this to be an important feature of Opensea's operations, the absence of constraints has been characterized as a ticking time bomb to the point where Opensea temporarily limited the number of NFTs each user may mint, only to reverse its decision after community criticism. Despite the worries about Opensea's operations, it is still the largest NFT marketplace with over $3.5 billion in Ethereum-based NFT trades done in August 2021 alone. To put this in perspective, Opensea's total NFT trading volume in 2020 was barely $20 million. How to sell NFTs on Opensea? Opensea is now the best site to sell NFTs. You may buy and sell anything from cryptokitties to artwork to domain names on this marketplace. Maybe you spent some time learning how everything works before purchasing or creating your first NFT. The next natural question is, how can I sell it? We've got you covered if you're wondering the same thing. We'll walk you through how to sell NFTs on Opensea step by step in this article. We'll also go over how to sell domain names, cryptokitties, and other items without paying gas. How to sell? We can presume you already have an Opensea account if you've come to sell. If not, you should be aware that you can only sell NFTs if you are a registered user with a wallet set up. On Opensea, it's relatively simple to flip an NFT you bought or sell one you made. 1. Log into opensea.io with your username and password. 2. In the top right corner, click on your profile image. 3. Go to your profile. 4. Select the NFT from your wallet that you want to sell. 5. Choose Sell to be taken to the listing page. 6. Select the sales kind and pricing. You can choose between a fixed price and an auction. Set the auction start price, end date, and price limit. A sale can last 1 day, 3 days, or even a week. 7. After you've sorted everything out, click Complete Listing. 8. You must first initialize your wallet for the first listing. As a result, you must complete 2 one-time transactions. The first is to set up your account for selling, and the second is to give Opensea item access when a sale occurs. 9. Confirm the details before posting the item on the marketplace after paying the costs. To view the NFTs you've listed for sale, go to the Activity tab on the left-hand side. Opensea cost to sell. As previously stated, all new sellers must pay 2 fees before making their first transaction with Opensea. It's worth noting that the amount of these 2 fees isn't set in stone, and if you know what you're doing, you can get them as low as you shovel. But how? The fees are paid in Ether first and foremost. This implies that the price is determined by the value of the cryptocurrency in relation to the dollar or whatever currency you use. The 2 fees are Ethereum's blockchain transactions, similar to minting. As a result, completing them requires a lot of processing power. You must pay a gas fee to cover the cost of the energy used to conduct these transactions. The initial transaction can range from $70 to $300 at the time of writing. The second transaction often ranges from $10 to $30. Gas costs account for this price range. There are days when the fees are greater and days when they are lower. Prices can be tracked at www.gasnow.org. Ideally, you'll want to look for days with low numbers. This is the time to set up the account in order to save the maximum money. Opensea collects 2.5% of your sales in addition to the one-time upfront fees. This tax is only due after the item has been sold. How to sell an Opensea without any paying gas? Gas fee on Opensea are similar to transaction fee if you are familiar with the Ethereum network. When moving crypto to another wallet or purchasing an NFT on Opensea, you need to have enough ETH in your purse to cover the first transaction as well as the gas fee. Opensea, on the other hand, recently launched Polygon, a new marketplace where you can sell NFTs without having to pay gas taxes. Follow these instructions to make a Polygon collection. Go to My Collections by clicking on your profile photo. Click the button to start a collection. Set the royalties and add a logo, banner, and explanation. For the creation of NFTs, you will be able to select a blockchain. In the drop-down menu, select Polygon. Now that you've begun a Polygon collection, here's how to sell your NFTs. Select Sell in the upper right-hand corner of any NFT you want to sell. Decide on the selling price, currency, and any fees that may apply. Choose Complete Listing from the drop-down menu. Sign the transaction by clicking Sign. That's it. You'll see that your NFT is mentioned, and you may copy its URL and paste it everywhere you wish to maximize its visibility. How to sell domain on Opensea? Domain names are one of the numerous types of items you can sell on Opensea. Follow the procedures below if you wish to sell your first domain name. Hover your mouse over your profile photo in Opensea. Navigate to Profile. Select the domain may like to sell. In the top right corner, press the Sell button. Select your selling choices. Set price and highest bid are two options. Complete the form and click Complete Listing. If you're using MetaMask, go to its logo and click Sign In. Choose Wallet Connect or Wallet Link if you use a mobile wallet depending on your wallet. Scan the QR code using your phone's camera. On Opensea, how can you sell cryptokitties? If you want to sell a cute cryptokitty, go visit Opensea's marketplace. Use the marketplace to see how much a similar kitty to yours costs before placing the NFT for sale. This will assist you in determining a reasonable price. It's now time to sell your home. Here's how it's done. Click the My Items tab at opensea.io/account. To sell a cat, easily click on it. Select Sell from the bottom menu. Fill in the starting and finishing prices as well as the amount of days your CryptoKitty should be featured. Select Sell Item when you've finished configuring all of the parameters. After that, click Create Auction and then Approve Contract. The latter two phases will produce a MetaMask transaction, each with its own cost. MetaMask sets the network charges in most cases, although you are free to establish your own. You can only start the CryptoKitty auction after you've completed both of these transactions on the Ethereum network. You may access your auction by logging into your account and selecting My Auctions. How to make money selling Mintable on Opensea. Mintable, the second most popular NFT marketplace, features a good selection of things to buy and sell. But what if you want to sell anything on Opensea from Mintable? There is a simple tip that will assist you in doing so. You only need to move the NFT from Mintable to your wallet. The transfer will be picked up by Opensea and stored in their database. It's important to note that this price includes a $25 network fee. Additionally, the transferred item does not need to be removed from Mintable. It can be listed on both markets at the same time, giving you a better chance of selling. Is a wallet required to use Opensea? Yes. In order to buy and sell on Opensea, you must have a wallet. As you may know, Opensea is a blockchain interaction tool. Your NFTs are not owned or stored by the company. They just enable peer-to-peer communication. Because you'll be interacting with other blockchain users while using the platform, you'll need a wallet to convert your browser actions into blockchain transactions. Like and subscribe to this channel. Give a comment in case of any questions and confusions. Must click on the bell icon.